When Corona hit, and maybe even now, I think you just allude to the fact that someone on your staff goes out to a house, gives it a test run to make sure that it fits your needs, and then you guys go out. What kind of protocols have you guys put in place to make the homeowner or the person's residence or the business feel safe when there's outsiders in their home, which normally weren't there?
Yes, we mandated fairly early on in the pandemic that we are wearing masks and gloves. So we are showing up to your door with masks and gloves. If they don't, that's not good for them. We very rarely am I saying this is a mandate. You must absolutely do this. But it kind of cuts both ways, right? It's for their safety as employees, also for the safety of our customers. I mean, bottom line is you're going into somebody's house. It's not your rules, it's theirs. So we're going to go in with a mask and gloves. And if our customer says, you know what, don't worry about it, you don't need to wear the mask, then fine, you have an option of whether, take it off or not. But most of the time our folks are keeping it on, because I don't want to have an issue here where now I've got, and it's impacting my business, and I've got to call customers and say, hey, I got one of my employees who was positive or whatever. But we've been very aggressive, and we're also, we're spraying down the office. Like I said, we have a disinfecting fogger. Actually, 5 of them. So we're disinfecting the office. We are disinfecting the equipment, and we're being as proactive as humanly possible to make sure that, we're managing our business effectively. I mean, it's the cleaning business, right? So we've got to make sure we're keeping everything clean internally.
Is that something that you think you'll continue to do even when regulations go away?
Yeah, I mean, there's no harm to it really, and it doesn't take a ton of time. And like I said about the laundry earlier, we outsource our laundry to a professional laundry company that, essentially heats it to the right temperature and make sure that there's no issues there. So we've essentially put these safeguards in place that not only are the things that are coming into this office managed appropriately, but we're not sending it back out unless we've handled it properly. So we've been pretty aggressive in putting those protocols in place to make sure that everybody's safe.
Sorry, Tim. So you still, yeah, at one point you had a bunch of machines in there. Are you outsourcing that cleaning aspect now?
The laundry we're outsourcing. Yeah.
Got it. Cool.
Yeah. So I'm actually looking for, we've grown, right? So I need more space. So I'm looking to essentially put in commercial washers and dryers in my new space. That'll, I'll be able to do everything internally, but because of what we're dealing with, I just don't want the responsibility of making sure that is done, because there are protocols, with regards to like hotels and things like that. So essentially these are companies that are, outsourced by hotels and things along those lines, and they do it right. And I feel a lot more comfortable offering that service to my customers, and they should feel a lot more comfortable, especially from an Airbnb perspective, telling their guests as a host that, hey, Two Maids and a Mop has come in and done the cleaning. They've provided a fogging service, and they've managed the laundry, which is outsourced, and it has been handled, appropriately based on COVID and CDC regulations.